You are listening to Who is Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, a video series to honor and celebrate the life of our beloved Prophet Muhammad.
नहमदुहु व नसल्ली अला रसूलिल करीम औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. My topic today is elderly care. I think I always contend about this word elderly. I think they are our respectable fathers, mothers, grandparents, and I think it's important that we remember. And let's go from the Quran reference, Surah Bani Israel, very beautiful verse. وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا إِمَّا يَبْلُغَنَّ عِندَكَ الْكِبَرَ أَحَدَهُمَا أَوْ كِلَاهُمَا فَلَا تَقُل لَّهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا وَقُل لَّهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا وَاخْفِضْ لَهُمَا جَنَاحَ الذِّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ وَقُل رَّبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. When I look at this verse, and I think we look at our own character, we, including myself, often ignore a simple commandment from our parents. Let me remind you an incident in my own personal life. My father asked me to give him a glass of water. This is my youthful. I go out to get some ice. En route, I find a friend and I forgot. And he waited. At the Maghrib Salat, he comes to me and very beautifully, he said, you remember I gave you a task? And I said, Babaji, I'm sorry, I forgot. He said, he was going to get me a glass of water. Oh yes, I'm sorry. He read this, how beautifully he read this incident from Yazid Bustami, Rahmatullah alayhi, that his mother asked a glass of water. So when she did ask, he went to get the water. When he came back, she had fallen asleep. He stood by her bedside all night until she got up for her tahajjud. So to me, that lesson still remains with me. And issue for me, I have reached to almost that age where I think I will expect my children to look after me. So I think I have reached to that juncture of my life where I will expect my children to look after me and to look after my need where I'm wobbly. And also sometime my kind of memory and my kind of questioning would be possibly irritating. And often I heard from my own children, Baba, you don't know. And I think we need to remember that we are the people, my generation, the people who knew everything, and we pass it on to our next generation. Now, there would be disagreement, but we need to resolve that with the respect at no juncture that we should forget that elderly have done the journey from the youth to the kind of strong young people, and they are the pillar of our strength. And now they're gone too weak. The Quran, I think it beautifully says that do ihsan on the parents when they reach to the old age, one of them or both of them. And so beautifully and so powerfully has been said, فَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ. Don't say even uff to them. So you don't even look at them harshly, let alone uttering the harsh word. And وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا, and do not speak harsh word of them. And then when you speak to them, speak with the beauty, qawlan karima, very kind word to them when you speak to them. And spread your wings of rahmah for them. So wings mean lift them on your arm when they need help. And then you pray from Allah Kareem, Rabbi arhamhuma, kama rabbayani saghira. Oh Allah, have mercy on them, the way they had mercy on me. So when your parents have grown weak and lost strength and health, then we need to be looking at and remembering that how powerless and how weak we were when we was young. So we need to be, not to be rebuking them, but to talk to them gracefully, respectfully, politely and kindly. I think there's a tradition among the Arabs even today that when they go into sajda along with the Subhana Rabbi Jalala, I often heard them, Rabbi arhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. So this is the best position to be close to Allah, and you praying for them when you are in sajda. So issue for me is and when you carry on reading the Surah Bani Israel ayat, that it says, Arabic istara, that don't fold your arm behind your neck with stinginess. So issue for generosity of money, generosity of care, I think it is pertinent part of Islam. Now it may be fashion now that we have into the Western society gone into there where we say, okay, we are both professional husband and wife. Shall we send the old man or old woman? That's the word is used. My old man and my old woman. Please remember, they are your parents. They're the people who given you the education. They're the people who given you the shelter when you was completely helpless. Yes, if the medical necessity comes that they need to be in the care, kind of nursing care, be it. But please don't deprive them from the children and grandchildren company. I have personally noticed within my own family that the elderly are much happier at home looking at the younger children and great-grandchildren. So that's one way. And the second thing which I have to say, that when we are young, we are so busy with our profession, we cannot give our own children those values and tradition, a good tradition, but the grandparents can do that. So I think in conclusion, I would say, again, the simple things. That care for them, utter smile with them, even if they are in dementia or in their old age, they don't know what they're talking about. They will ask you question 3-4 times. So we need to have a sabr and tahammul and listening ear, rather than saying, you don't know what you're talking about, you lost your mind. I think we need to be very careful, and in the light of the Quran and Hadith, that how did Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to stand up for the elderly of the Jews and Christian or the Muslim. So again, the parents have a lot more right on us than we think, that we could kind of rubbish them. And I think in conclusion, I would say again, for my parents and for your parents, Allahumma arhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. Subhan rabbika izzati ma yasifun wa salamun mursalin. Ameen bijahi Sayyidul Mursaleen sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
You are listening to Who is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a video series to honor and celebrate the life of our beloved Prophet Muhammad.